This is my first attempt at helping somebody out fixing a part of a car. I've changed many pieces on my cars, but I've never had to deal with anything difficult like this. This is a 2007 Saturn Vue V6. I am already done with changing the actuator. You know, when you have that noise when you turn on the car and it goes clack 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 around this area by the glove compartment, and then it goes away. That's more than likely what it is, the actuator. Okay, I got it at Ben's Auto Parts down here in Florida for about 75 bucks. If you enroll in the perks program, you get points, and I ended up getting a coupon for $20 off, so that paid off. So I ended up paying about $55 plus tax. But anyway, I was looking and looking and looking. I couldn't find any videos on how to change the actuator. I didn't find any on YouTube or anywhere else for models 2002 to 2007. And this is why, because it's a mission. I don't think anybody will have the energy to make a video afterwards, or maybe they didn't do it and they just went to the dealer, you know. So first I thought, well, I'll take off the glove compartment, which is very easy to do. Here's a glove compartment. Okay, you got one little clip here, one clip here, and then two back here. Once you remove that, you remove it, and you have access to looking into, you know, down here. I'll show you what the actuator is in a moment. But I removed the old actuator. This is it. Okay, and it's such a mission to take off that I ended up having to break off the back part of it that I couldn't get to. I just had to use a screwdriver and kind of like bent it a little bit, and then until it snapped off, because you can't really get to the last screw back here. Okay, you know, the ideal thing would be to remove all this plastic, and if you try to do that, you think, oh well, I have a couple of screws here and a couple of screws there. That's not it. You're still gonna be stuck with it, because you got to take this whole thing apart, and then it's riveted down into the frame here, so you can't even take this off. I don't even know why they'll make it so difficult for everyone. So if you're not a big guy, you know, you should be all right. If you're a really big guy, and I'm not, I'm about 5'9", 185 pounds. I was able to stick my arms in there. I don't have very thick arms, so I was able to stick my hands in there also and do what I had to do. But anyway, let me show you what the actuator is. Okay, once you take out the glove compartment, you should be able to see things a lot better. Okay, and let me take a look. Yeah, I got the old one right here. Okay, so once you get down here, you're gonna see, and by the way, you don't need to take off this cap. I just took it off to have more access, you know, to have I was looking for the other screws to take off, but I didn't have to. So once you get down here, you'll see the actuator. That's the actuator right there. Okay, you see the little red connection? I'm using my screwdriver to point at it. See that little red connection right there? That's where you disconnect. I recommend you disconnect the battery just in case. I always do that when I work on my cars, but disconnect that right there. Then this screw, you could take it off. It doesn't really do anything. It's not part of what you need to take off. If you leave it on, that's fine, but I took it off just because I thought it did something. But no, you really have only 3 screws to worry about, 3 bolts to worry about. You got this one right here, okay, the one that I'm covering up. Then you got 2 that are not very visible, not visible at all actually. One's right behind this connection, and then one's all the way on the other side, the opposite side of this one, so you can't really get in there. This is what I used to take it off. Okay, where is it? This is what I used to take it off. Okay, and just, you know, find the right size. This is what I used, and I had to play around with it a little bit, sticking my hand in there and being able to maneuver. But once you reach down there, and I won't be able to really show you if I get down there because it's so dark and I don't have a flashlight, I'm sorry guys, but once you get down there and you look up, you should see this, like this. Okay, this is exactly as it was. Okay, and you have one screw right here, okay, one right here, which I was still able to do. I was able to take off with my tool here, but the one all the way on the opposite side of this one that you first saw, I had to break it off. I had to use a screwdriver and just kind of like, you know, bend it, and then it came off. So this one you could take off, this one too, the third one, if you could, great, but I just ended up breaking it off. Okay, once you put the new one on, just screw this one and this one, it should be fine, and there's a connector right there. So again, as soon as you lay down, you saw the red. If you rewind on this video, you should see the red connection there. That's what that is. Okay, so you don't have to take everything else apart. If I knew that, this would have been about a 30-minute process. Okay, depending if you have to stop and rest, because I did, and my arms were getting tired. And so you only have to take this one off, this one off. You could attempt to take this one off, but if you break it, that's fine. No big deal. My car has 120,000 miles. I don't really care about break off this thing right here in the back. On my old one, the new one, I didn't have to break it off. I just didn't put the screw on it. So again, once you reach down there, this is where you're gonna see the actuator like this. Take this one off, take that off, remove it. You could even connect the new one and connect the new one without taking this one off, the old one, and see if the noise went away. That's what I did. With the old one still in there, I disconnected the old one, connected it to the new one, and I turned on the AC after connecting my battery again, and it worked just fine. So again, once you get down there, guys, this is what you're gonna see. Okay, you see the red connection right there, and the screw to the left on the screen, the one that you see, the big one on the right, don't worry about that one. The one on the left will be this right here. Okay, so once you put that together,